Hey guys, Bonehead here again, doing another Star Wars The Old Republic build. This one here is for the Sith Juggernaut. I've done a bunch of different ones between a DPS version for the Juggernaut and a Marauder build and things for the Sith Warrior. But a few people have been asking about the actual tanking build for the Sith Juggernaut for it, so this will be the full tanking build. So mainly using the Immortal tree, which is your tanking tree. As you can see, like defense, damage and everything on those. But so yeah, basically the full tank build. So we'll have a few extra points left over that I want to put onto the other trees, so I'll get them out of the way first. In the Rage tree, I just go 2 points into Decimate, increase the damage dealt by Smash and Sweeping Slash, so they're by 20%, and reduce the cooldown of Smash. So that's Smash and Sweeping Slash are your two main AoE sort of burst attacks that hit everything around you. And so yeah, as a tank, you want to keep getting aggro on everything you can. So by having more smashes and more damage on the Smash Sweeping Slash is always going to be good. And yeah, that 3 second less cooldown on Smash means you can hit that much more often. Over here on the Vengeance tree, we want to pick up Single Saber Mastery. Now you can see here it's got all the different forms. Suresu form is the form we want to use as a tank. Increase melee and range defense by 3%, and increases the threat generated by Smash and Sweeping Slash by 30 by having Single Saber Mastery. So Suresu form already has benefits to defense, and it has a good blanket threat generation increase and things like that. So this is just going to boost that Suresu form even better. Then we want to pick up here Improve Sundering Assault. So reduce the cooldown of Sundering Assault by 3 seconds. Sundering Assault is your go-to ability to take away the enemy's armor, making them easier to kill for the rest of the team. So yeah, throwing that down on them will work really good, which unlocks the next level here. So what we want to pick up, just 1 point into accuracy, just to get some better. You always want to land your hits, so the extra accuracy is always going to be good. And then here 2 points into Dreadnought, total increases strength by 6%. So strength is obviously our main stat for the warrior. So yeah, you'll be focusing more on endurance obviously if you're going to go tank, but yeah, strength and endurance together. So that's all the points for the other trees, and so we can start focusing here on the Immortal tree. So first thing we want to do is ignore Ravager. Ravage is pretty useless for this build. It only focuses on one enemy, and you just stand there whacking away at one guy, which doesn't really help what you're trying to do as a tank. So first thing we want to get here, all 3 points into Quake. Smash and Sweeping Slash have a 100% chance to reduce the melee and ranged accuracy of targets. So by throwing down Smash and Sweeping Slash and all the enemies around you, they're going to be less accurate in their hits, so that's always good. Next one here, Enraged Sunder. Sundering Assault builds 2 additional rage. So you can see here we've got a reduced cooldown on that now, and we've also got it building extra rage for other abilities. So yeah, you want to be throwing out Sundering Assaults at different enemies to try and reduce their armor and make them easier to kill for the team. Next thing here, Vicious Retaliation. Reduce the cooldown of Retaliation by 3 seconds, 2 points into that, while Saber Ward is active. So Retaliation is whenever you actually defend against something or parry an attack or anything like that, Retaliation procs, and you can actually use it, and it doesn't use global cooldown and things, so it's like a free extra little hit in there in between your normal rotations and things, and it gets a bunch of bonuses here in this tree. Increase armor rating here, Guard Stance, armor rating by 15. Obviously it's a nice little 15% bonus to your armor rating. Next one here, Lash Out. 2 points into it. While Suresu form is active, which is the form we want to be using, The rage cost of Retaliation is reduced by 2, and its critical chance is increased by 15. So already it's getting bonuses on that Retaliation attack. This one here, Warmonger, I don't go into. Getting attacked while in Suppressive form, reduce the cooldown of Force Charge. So like you're going to be able to use your Force Charge when you need to anyway, really. You don't need to reduce the cooldown on it that much. And it's more of an aggressive thing. You know, it is good for being able to jump in between. If someone gets an aggro, you can Force Charge over to the enemy that's aggroed one of your teammates, but you can also run over there. There's other things later on too that will help towards not needing to have to charge to do that sort of thing. So the next level up here, Crushing Fist, 2 points into that. Smash has 100% chance to apply armor reduction to affected targets. So now your Smash, which we've already got boosts on, will also do like a sundering attack and reduce armor on the enemies. So now you're going to be able to use both your Smash and your Sundering Assaults to lower the armor of the enemy. Now we want to pick up Invincible. Invincible reduces all damage taken by 40% for 10 seconds. Very powerful this when you are getting damaged pretty badly and the healer's having trouble protecting you for bits. You can pop this here. I think it has a 120 second cooldown on Invincible, so you know, pop it when you need it. Next thing here, 2 points into Blade Barricade. Retaliation raises a Blade Barricade, increasing all defenses by 5%. So now you can see the Retaliation attack that you're going to be hitting with and getting better crit chance with and things. It's actually also going to put up a 5% extra defenses on you whenever you use that for 10 seconds. So now it becomes a defensive ability, which works quite well. Next thing up here, Sonic Barrier. Force Scream has a 100% chance to grant Sonic Barrier, which absorbs a moderate amount of damage, lasts 10 seconds. So now Force Scream, which is already a very powerful attack ability, now actually gives you another defensive thing. So yeah, Force Scream, when you can, when it is available, it does very good damage. It has a 10 meter range as well, so it's not technically melee range. So you can maybe use that if one of the enemies aggro off to another friendly. You could probably Force Scream them from a further distance to try and get some damage on them and get that aggro back. Next thing here, Revenge. While in Suppressive form, parrying, deflecting, shielding or resisting an attack have 50% chance to grant Revenge, reducing the rage cost of your next Force Scream or Smash by 1, last 10 seconds, stacks 3 times. So every time you block and parry and defend, you actually reduce the cost of the next Force Scream or Smash, which is always going to be good, and keep pumping them out. Next one here, Force Grip. I didn't think this would work that well with the whole thing. We need the point anyway to get to the next level, but having the 3 seconds I've found works quite well when you've got a group of enemies, especially with the next thing we pick up here, which is Backhand. Now Backhand bashes the target, stunning it for 4 seconds. So when you do have a group of enemies around you, you can hit Backhand on one and then Force Grip the other one, and they'll actually be choked and unable to do anything for 3 seconds, and you don't need to channel it anymore, so you can keep using your other abilities, and you've basically taken 2 of the enemies out for 3 and 4 seconds, so they can't actually move or do anything, which is quite fun. So yeah, the Force Grip, I just like the whole evil Force Grip, thing as well, so it's quite nice. I like that. Next thing here, Shield Specialization. 2 points into that. Increase shield chance by 4%, and reduce the cooldown of Saber Ward by 30 seconds. So obviously, more shield chance is going to be much better. Saber Ward as well. Very, very good to have 30 seconds less on that. I think that's another 120 or something. So yeah, it'll be like a 90-second cooldown on Saber Ward, which that's gonna be good. So more damage reduction, more protection. Thrown Gauntlet I don't worry about. Reduce the cooldown of Force Push, and reduce the rage cost of Chilling Scream. Chilling Scream is like a immobilize, but if you've got aggro on everything, they're all attacking you anyway, so you're not really chasing things down, so you don't need it. And Force Push, you get the ability anyway, you don't need this here to be able to use it. And the main thing I use Force Push for is when there's difficult things and there's like a big cliff or something, I'll actually fight an enemy across over to an edge, run around behind them and force push them off the edge to kill them, which is pretty funny. I like doing that too. So, but you don't need the Thrown Gauntlet for that, so don't put any points into it. Sonic Wall as well, Threatening Scream, both points into this. So Threatening Scream has a 100% chance to protect all allies within range, excluding yourself, granting Sonic Wall, which absorbs a moderate amount of damage. So the same thing as like your Blade, Barricade stuff, or your Force Scream, Sonic Barrier thing. Now your Threatening Scream will protect all your friends as well, which is always good. So that's nice. So next thing up here, Darkblood, 2 points, increase the duration of Endure Pain by 10 seconds, increase the elemental and internal damage reduction. So yeah, Endure Pain is a good ability. It has a 10-second duration. Now it'll have 20 second duration. So another one to use when you do need it. Next one here, 1 point, Sweeping Fury, reduce the rate limit by which Endless Rage can regenerate rage. Additionally, reduce the rage cost of Force Scream, Sweeping Slash, and Crushing Blow. So yeah, obviously reducing all of those by 1 for rage cost is going to be good. And then the Endless Rage, when you run out of rage in battle, you can hit that, and so it's going to help you keep in the fight. Okay, rule of 2: when your guarded target is attacked, your movement speed is increased by 30%. So you've got, as a Juggernaut, you have an ability called Guard, and so what happens is whoever's in the team, you can either put that on the healer, or you can put that on like your highest DPS in the group, which I tend to do, especially when some of the DPS guys get a bit gung-ho and they try to charge forward and get a lot of damage down, and you haven't got good enough aggro on them yet. What you can do is put Guard on one of them. When they get attacked, some of the damage will go to you automatically from the Guard, and now with rule of 2, your movement speed will be increased by 30% for 6 seconds, so you can charge over there, just run over there fast without having to use your actual charge ability, your force charge. So you're already going to have that increased speed to get over to where you've got to be as the tank. So that's another good little thing there, and it means we didn't need to put anything into our Warmonger and stuff. So next one here, Pillar of Strength, all 3 points into this. Awesome little thing here, reduce the cooldown of Invincible by 30 seconds, so that's our damage reducer, so that's going to be good. Increase the damage dealt by Backhand and Crushing Blow, and reduce the cooldown of Retaliation by 1.5 seconds. So Retaliation already has its cooldown reduced here, so I think it's like a 6-second cooldown on Retaliation, so you got 3 seconds off and another 1.5 seconds off. So basically, between those and all your little benefits here of Blade Barricades and crit chances and things, you're going to be able to use a lot more Retaliation hits and get them out there, which is very, very nice for it. Next one here, 2 points. Intimidating Presence. Force Charge has a 100% chance to finish the cooldown of Disruption. In addition, Saber Reflect lasts 2 seconds longer, generates a high amount of threat on all engaged enemies within 30 meters. So, the Force Charge thing, Disruption I don't really use that much, but the Saber Reflect lasting 2 seconds longer, Saber Reflect is fantastic. It's, basically, when you get lots of aggro from lots of enemies, you throw Saber Reflect up. It has a long cooldown on it, but for 3 seconds you'll reflect all that damage back at the enemies that are trying to attack you. Now it'll actually, with this, it'll last 5 seconds. Generates a high amount of threat, which means you'll keep all of the things on you. And yeah, it's it's very good for when you're really in trouble. You can throw that up and you'll have 5 seconds of damage getting reflected back to the enemies, and that unlocks our top ability, Crushing Blow. So it crushes the target beneath a powerful blow, dealing a whole chunk of damage, enabling your Retaliation. So Retaliation is automatically ready for a second hit after that. Increases your damage reduction again for 20 seconds. If the target's affected by armor reduction, so from your smash or your Sundering Assault, you can see here, Crushing Blow damages up to 4 additional enemies for the same amount. So that's where, with Crushing Blow, this attack knocks down all affected standard and weak enemies, generates a high amount of threat. So basically, whenever you throw Crushing Blow down, you want to make sure that whoever you hit Crushing Blow with has either had a Sundering Assault on them or a Smash on them recently. So that way, all that damage that you're going to hit them with is going to reflect out and hit 4 extra enemies around you. So once again, making a single target ability that does lots of damage actually hit everything around you. So yeah, but between your Sundering Assaults and your Smashes, chances are you're probably going to have that armor reduction on them at all times anyway, just by throwing those out whenever you can. And as a tank, you've got good threat generation with all this as it is, and so yeah, it's going to work very well. The way this tree is done is quite well done, I think. So yeah, give it all a go. Let me know what you think, and Bonehead out.